Overpowered weapons have only existed thanks to game-breaking glitches and bugs, and Arrowhead should be happy because without them, I'm not sure the game would be as popular as it is right now, because they gave folks a power fantasy, albeit too powerful. But with that being said, nerfs have never been justified in this videojuego. Not even close. Except for maybe the Flame Hulk or Fire nerf to make Flame Hulks not torch you so bad. Let's go ahead and ignore that real quick. So going way back when, we have the Railgun and Arc Thrower. They could one-shot or two-shot Battle Titans, slapping Wilburs across the map. It was insanity. Okay, that was a freaking bug. And the players found out it was a bug before before the nerfs came. Before Railgun and Arc Thrower got nerfed, we knew there was a bug making it so they could one or two shot Battle Titans. We were aware of that. So their solution isn't to fix the PS5 bug because they weren't aware, even though I tried making videos, other folks made videos, I tried tweeting the devs, left on red, no clout on Twitter, unlucky. But instead they just nerfed the weapons. And if you don't have the bug active before Railgun ever got nerfed, it took like 7 or 8, if not 10 charge shots to kill Battle Titan. Arc Thrower took 30-something shots. If the PS5 Battle Titan bug never existed, Railgun might have still gotten nerfed because it was amazing versus chargers at a time where no other counterplay existed. Using an anti-tank, you couldn't one-shot a charger in the face. Had to go for the leg, strip it, and then use a breaker or a scorcher and kill it that way. Railgun had the same method except it was far more efficient. Took you 2 shots that weren't even max charge in safe mode. The moment you could shoot a shot, which is very quick, 2 of those, armor's gone, shoot it, charge is dead. It was great. So that may have been the grounds for them to nerf it, although I still wouldn't consider it justifiable, considering to this day Railgun can one-shot Hulks with next to no charge needed. So I feel that using next to no charge to take off charge or leg armor in 2 shots makes sense. It's fine. It tracks. The devs could revert the Railgun nerf, and it wouldn't make it that much better. It'd be more enjoyable to use. You require a bit less charge to do certain things, stripping charge or leg armor, killing devastators, killing you name it, bunch of things. But it would still be god-awful versus gunships, tanks, tank towers, factory striders. I don't think it's that good against the gunships. It'd be pretty good if it required less charge, though, and that'd be nice. And horrendous versus utility. Go kill a Shakira Hotel and let me know how long it takes you. Go shoot a mortar emplacement. Go shoot any utility on the Automaton faction. It just takes so freaking long. When you have other weapons that do it far more efficiently, like the laser cannon, AMR, autocannon, obviously. But I'm not sure why the Railgun can't be seen as the AMR, but different. Do similar things, but different, which they already play differently. One, you fire, reload after every shot. There's a charge mechanic. Other one's a sniper with a scope and far more ammunition in the magazine. It's already different enough. Just look at the Monster Hunter World, Dauntless, Wild Hearts approach to killing things. They all kill the same things. They just do it different enough. And that's enjoyable. That's a different time though, I guess. Different topic. Back to the Arc Thrower. This nerf made 0 sense. It's slapping Battle Titans across the map. Brother, it's a 50-meter range. How is that across the map in any sense of the word? And they also reduced the fire rate. They capped it at 1 second now. Before you could do some essentially mini-game stuff and fire it really quickly. So like every half second or so. It was fun, but even still, it wasn't overpowered by any means. It wasn't even that good, realistically, because the moment gunships released, you wouldn't be able to hit them. 50-meter range, they fly at 80 meters. You can't kill Battle Titans fast. You can't kill tanks fast. You can't kill utility efficiently at all. What does it do? It was just a weapon that folks like to use. And now it just feels bad to use for most people. Reverting the nerfs still isn't enough. That's how I can confidently say that the weapons weren't overpowered to begin with. It's funny how bugs are the reason why guns get nerfed to the ground, but in some cases, also the reason why they get buffed to a decent spot. For instance, the dot host bug. If you're the host, you got dot damage. If you weren't the host, you didn't get dot damage. And this led to dots getting buffed across the board, essentially, especially fire damage. And eventually, folks caught on to certain things being the case, such as being able to kill a charger with a flamethrower by shooting its leg. Sadly, this is the best example of a bug making a weapon overpowered, and when the bug's gone, the weapon is essentially useless. What is the point in bringing a flamethrower? For chaff clear? Just bring an instant breaker, or the cookout, or the sickle, and you'll have a better time 9 times out of 10. You'll have more usefulness. Or bring an arc thrower, for that matter. it just doesn't serve a purpose now. And that's a problem that we see in Helldivers 2 time and time again. They nerf weapons to the point that they're almost useless, while not giving the other weapons that could use the buffs a reason to be used in the first place. Primary weapons are a great example of not providing enough value or usefulness in most cases. Unlike EkkoVision.com, get protein, creatine, pre-workout electrolytes, and clothing for 10% off using code OhDough. Use my TikTok shop showcase to get it for free shipping in most cases to save some money. I recommend it. This is not sponsored. They don't pay me to say these things. I like their products. I have an affiliate code. It's that simple. Now for your primaries, we had the Breaker nerf way back when. The first primary that get nerfed, it lost 3 rounds. And they gave it a new visual model to compensate, I guess. So good for that, I suppose. Then we had the string of primary weapon buffs that also came with nerfs. We had damage increases that didn't change a whole lot for most guns, and a lot of them lost half of their reserve ammunition because apparently Helldivers ammo reserves were too reliable. And recently we had the straw that broke the camel's back being the instant breaker nerf. It lost 2 magazines, which didn't make it a bad weapon, but it just really ticked people off. Now it was that in conjunction with the flamethrower nerf after the devs said they wouldn't nerf things to begin with that really caused the uprising we have currently. But why do they feel the need to nerf these weapons in these strange ways instead of just making weapons more viable across the board in the primary category? Now, what is a primary weapon supposed to be good at? Killing chaff, and maybe being okay at handling the weak spots on, let's say, a Hulk, and so on and so forth. Like a Jar 15, for instance, or Jar 5, can kill a tank. It can kill a Factory Strider. It just takes a lot of shots, and the gun has ridiculously poor handling to compensate, and not too many rounds in the magazine. There's so many creative ways to handle the balancing in this game. They have that luxury because of the hard work they put in. But instead, we just lose ammunition, we lose quality of life, and we just don't have the tools to handle the job that we're tasked with. That's the going trend here throughout all of this. And it doesn't make any sense. The nerfs have never made any sense. They've never been justified across the board. The exception would maybe be the shield nerf when the game first came out. But even then, I feel like it wasn't a good nerf because at the time, we got one shot by rockets against the automatons. Oddly enough, the automatons for the longest time, they were the most balanced faction in terms of their enemy designs. They had weak points you could handle with so many more weapons than the bugs did, and that's still the case right now. But throughout the entirety of the game's existence, they kept buffing the automatons, their accuracy. They just keep changing them. They made new automatons now that don't even follow the same principles as before. The Rocket Scout Strider is a dumb design. The new tank doesn't have a heat sink to shoot. They made enemies that don't really have meaningful weak spots unless you're using a support weapon. Whereas before, you could kill these things using a primary, like the Jar 5, the Scorcher, and now you can't really do that as efficiently. I bring this up to say it's wild how we keep getting nerfed while the enemies get buffed. Thinking about it more, I'm pretty sure the game-breaking bugs have given us more content than the devs have, in the sense of weapon usefulness. Because we've gotten support weapons, a couple of them. Most have been nerfed after they launched. And the ones that weren't nerfed after launching got buffs that didn't make them that much more useful. Airburst Rocket Launcher. The thing is horrendous. In fact, the buff was making it not blow you up, so there's that. Anti-tank mines. They trigger off of everything. It's not very anti-tanky when it gets set off by a Wilbur. The HMG. It's neat. Some folks like it, so it's a weapon that's useful, I suppose. Quasar was good, still is, but now right now it's not very good because the cooldown can't keep up with all the heavies and elites. And the thing is, it's fun to kill elites and heavies in Helldivers 2. It feels amazing to take out the big guys. In terms of impactfulness of killing enemies, the chaff, individually, not very fun to kill, necessarily. It's way more fun to get a big kill streak on chaff. That's enjoyable. But taking out a charger in a certain way, sick. Bile Titan, sick. Hulk, it feels good. All that stuff feels great. So I don't think the solution is to decrease how many heavies we have. Instead, is to make it so our support weapons can handle them. Some folks may worry that it'll make the lower levels easier. Good. Let those folks move up in the ranks. If a game gets too easy and you're playing on Weenie Hut Junior difficulty, you can increase it. You can go up. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching and have a good day.